everybody. Welcome to Cast On Day. It's time. Oh my gosh. Hello. I hope you are all already busy knitting. Is everybody busy knitting already? Oh my gosh, some folks just got their yarn. It just arrived just in the nick of time. Hopefully you are all accessed, you got your pattern. The emails went out first thing this morning, whether you got it on my website, oliveKnits.com, or if you got it on Ravelry. So hopefully you found your pattern and you got the emails saying, hey, you have a pattern waiting for you. And so yes, some of you have started. I don't see any Facebook comments, so let me see if I can find y'all. There we are. So hang on just a second. We've got some, oh, hang on one second. I'm clicking on all the things. So here we go. Anyway, we're here. We made it. And we are just cruising right along. I'm clicking on things. I'm trying to be in multiple places at the same time. Is it working? How am I doing? It's been a while since I did this stream on 2 places. So I'm streaming in Knit Camp to my private Knit Camp community and streaming on Facebook. So that's really fun. Yep, you should have gotten 2 patterns, Pamela. So let me just talk you through kind of where we're at. If you got the pre-order and you're like, I haven't been keeping up on all this. I need a little more information about what's going on. So in your Ravelry downloads or Olive Knits downloads, you will have 3 files today. So you have a Knitalong like participation details, and it has links to our playlist that my team put together, curated songs to knit to, and then you have 2 pattern files. So you got 2 different patterns. They're very, very similar, obviously, but they're 2 completely whole patterns because they were just enough different that I really couldn't just give you notes to knit the Coastal Grandma version. So we made them into 2 completely different patterns. So you should have a Sailaway pattern, and that's the green one on the front cover. And then there is a Coastal Grandma version. That's a variation. I don't have it behind me because it's packed in my suitcase and it's going with me when I go away for the weekend. So, but that one is in 2 colors. So it's cream with like blue trim along the top and around the edges, and just 1 color in the details. So you should have both of those. And Vanessa, good job on first Japanese short rows. So proud of you. The fun does begin, Lou. So hi, Lisa in St. Louis. So anyway, so you have access to all of that. You can pick which pattern you want. You get both. Some people are going to knit both of them eventually. Some people just love one or the other. So go with the one that you love. And I'm seeing a lot of people are already into the color. They're cruising. Knit campers might have gotten a tiny bit of a head start. So they are cruising right along. Hi, Tatiana. Hi, Christy. Good morning. And so I'm just loving seeing everyone's progress, seeing everybody so excited and casting on. Hello, Kat, a grandma on the Florida coast, a legit coastal grandma. Just a tiny bit of a head start, right? So you have all those files. Please make sure you look in there and see what you have. There's a lot of good information. So there's links to the playlist. There's links to an FAQ that has just some answers to questions that we know come up, things that people have asked. And of course you can use German short rows. Use any short rows you want. I just like Japanese short rows. They're just my favorite one, but you can use what you like. And so, yeah, so make sure you're checking. And Knit Camp is, Kelly, it's okay. I know it is kind of a bummer that they get those fun perks, but it is a paid membership community, so they kind of pay for those perks. Hi, Becky. I won't say a word. I mean, I did call you out, but they don't know who I'm talking to. Dana, I'm glad you had a good time with the Japanese short rows. Kat said, I love the cast on. It was new to me. I often use the cable cast on for top-down seamless sweaters because it is a more stable, structured cast on. And when you're knitting seamless sweaters, you do have to kind of lean into a few techniques that are really specific for that type of sweater because they kind of help add structure to it. And so Denise, you're working on Coastal Grandma and you have yarn for Sailaway. See, I knew it. I knew some of you were going to knit both. But yes, so that cable cast on is very intentional. You'll find that I may do some things in my patterns that if you've never knit with me before, you might find some things and think, why does she do it this way? And honestly, if I tell you, hey, you can use the method you prefer, then it means my technique isn't critical. But if I don't tell you, like, cast on with a cable cast on or your favorite method, that means the cable cast on is there for a reason. It's really important. So Stephen, you're going to be knitting the Sailaway on your sailboat. That is my favorite. You are doing it right. That's exactly the right way to do it. So, oh my gosh, you love the pattern already, Alicia. I'm so glad. And I promise I won't lead you astray. We really worked so hard on, creating a community to support you while you knit so that you have not just great resources in the pattern, but you also have people who are just awesome and friendly and fun, and they're really excited to cheer you on, which is something that I really believe in. So I feel like as we go through our adult life, we don't really get to like cheer each other on that much. I think we should do that more. And so that is definitely something I like to do in my community, and you'll see a lot of that. So hopefully everyone is, Facebook just keeps giving me all kinds of little, would you like to add this? Would you like to add that? I'm like, I am already talking to people, Facebook. I don't need any more suggestions. Karen, you're going to your local knit shop for a cast on party. I love it. One of the fun things about this Knitalong too is that so many yarn shops, dyers, and yarn makers participate, and they have knit samples in their yarns. They have people at their shops who have already knit it and can support you and give you, suggestions. If you get to a spot where you're like, I'm not totally sure, what should I do here? There's a lot of people who've already knit through it, and community is at the core of my work. I am a designer who is a teacher. Like, I was a technical writer before I wrote patterns, and so I teach you in the writing, and that's really important to me, and I want to give you all the tools you need to succeed. So you're going to find a lot in those patterns. There is a lot of additional suggestive information that kind of leads you in the right direction, and tutorial links, because I want you to have whatever you possibly need to succeed. And also, I wanted to say that sometimes if you open a PDF file in your system viewer, I don't know if this is the same with Apple devices, but I use Windows PC stuff. So if you open a PDF in your system viewer, sometimes it's weird for the links. So there's a lot of embedded links in that file. And if they don't open for you, I just want you to know, I promise the links work. Every year though, someone is like, the links don't work. They totally work. We've checked them. Everybody has checked them out for us. But if you're in system viewer, or if you have a pop-up blocker or some kind of blocker that doesn't, has like disabled opening links, you might have trouble opening them. So what I have done is we've also, actually I had Jessica do this for me, Jessica on my team. She went onto my website and then put all the links for the tutorials right on the pattern page and on the 4-Day Knitalong info page as well, because just in case you can't open them in the file, you can go to the website and you can click there. So you got access. I'm telling you what, this is our 6th year. And so I learn a lot every single year. I learn so much every year. But also one of my favorite things is getting to know, so many new knitters, because we always welcome so many fresh new faces into our community during this Knitalong, and most of them hopefully stick around and keep knitting with us because we have such a great space and so many wonderful people. Yes, not my first rodeo for sure. Oh, Knit Camp isn't, the Knit Camp is, the feed is full so you can't see the comments. Oh, I'm sorry. I can see them, but I don't know. It might be different on different devices, but Lisa said, I'm so proud of myself. I had a sale that didn't look quite right and I had to take back a couple of rows. I love when people are brave and can just see a mistake and either accept it or figure out how to go back. And I just really, really want to point out that this is just knitting. Hi, Lois. It's just knitting. It's just knitting. So nothing's going to blow up. And if you make a mistake, it's not the end of the world. And honestly, mistakes are our best teachers. I learn so much when I make mistakes. I learn how to fix it. I learn how to avoid it. So it's a really great opportunity to just get brave, because what's the worst thing that's going to happen? If you get to a point in your knitting and you're like, I'm not sure what to do here. Like, I'm at this spot, and does she mean this or does she mean this? And I mean, hopefully you don't run into that, because I tell you what, I have put every question I can imagine that you might have that might come into your mind. I have tried to answer it before you ask it. And that is just part of what is really important to me, is kind of anticipating what you might struggle with, or where you might get to a fork in the road and you're not totally sure what to do. I want to make sure that I do everything I can to incorporate those little landmarks in the pattern so that you know where you're going. I saw somebody, and I missed who it was, on Facebook listening, who said, this is my first sweater and my first knit along. And I just want to welcome anybody who is a first-time sweater knitter, first-time knit alonger. Welcome. This is amazing. I cannot believe how many people come to their very first sweater in the 4-day knit along. I am so honored that you chose me for your introductory into sweater knitting, and you chose the knit along. I love it, because I feel like I want to just wrap my knitting mama arms around you and support you through it. Yay! So many new faces, new to knit alongs. Selva said it's my second knit along with you. I love it, and I so love when you come back too, because I'm good with names, and so I really remember people that participate. And when I see that, you know, kind of positive engagement, and they're sharing their progress, and they are, you know, cheering for each other, and they're being brave about their mistakes, and, you know, kind of keeping their chin up, I really remember those folks. And so I love it when you come back again. It is so much fun. It's so much fun. So this one behind me, if you're like tuning in on Facebook, but you actually didn't decide to start with us yet, we're talking about this sweater here. Hopefully you already know. Barb, you're a newbie to knit camp too? Welcome to knit camp. And Benet says this is my third knit along. Oh my gosh, Amanda said, this is my first time knitting one of your patterns and I'm loving it. I'm ready to start the color work. I love the Japanese short rows. Yay. I am so excited. Patty said, oh my gosh, I missed her comment. Oh, I started with Foxtrot, but knit Beekeeper while I waited for that knit along to start. So does that count? Totally counts. Vanessa said, first sweater and first knit along. Looking forward to learning with this community. And Longmont Yarn Shop, they are a wonderful shop. And I'll tell you what, you have so much support, and I think that you kind of have started to notice there's a lot of energy. There's a lot of buzz. People are so excited because we wait for this all year long. All year long. We work for 5 months to get this knit along ready. So it looks pretty slick on the outside, but I'll tell you what, it is a lot behind the scenes to make it look so smooth. Catherine, welcome to the 4th knit along that you've been part of. I'm excited that you're back. Denise, first knit along with me. Welcome to the ride. Marla's first sweater knit along from Galena, Illinois. Love it. Love seeing these first timers coming into the community. So happy to have you here. And so please be sure that you chat in the community, share your progress, share your wins. It's okay to share your struggles, but try and keep your chin up, because we are all about having a can-do attitude and really maintaining a positive space, because honestly, we're all gonna run into problems. We all make mistakes. We've all had to, oh, it's Suzanne on your husband's Facebook. Okay. Suzanne is like, this is not Steven. I am on my husband's Facebook. Selva, thank you. I can't wait for the next book either. Oh my gosh. So yeah, so everybody's going to be knitting all weekend. I hope I'm going to be knitting all weekend too. I'm going to have my feet up with my bestie. I'm going to be eating way too much cheese, drinking wine, staring out at Puget Sound, and just hopefully relaxing. It's I'm going to be recovering from the 5 months, right? that it took us to get here. But whoo, we did it. We made it. And now it's time to do the fun part, which is knitting together. And oh, Denise, you're new to knit camp too. Oh my gosh, all these brand new knit campers. Welcome. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Judy said it's my 5th knit along with me. Oh, yay. I'm so excited. Amy, it's your first cardigan. One of the cool things, so I've seen some people kind of talking about, I was worried about my size, or I was second guessing. Maybe I didn't pick the right size. The great thing about cardigans is they are kind of forgiving. So, I always sort of err on the side of a little bit smaller with cardigans because I can, just wear them open. I don't button mine usually, so that kind of helps. So if you're on the fence, you can go, if you're like between sizes, maybe you can choose the smaller one, and then that one will be fine. But oh, the 6 knit-alongs, Beth, yes. So if you go to my website, oliveKnits.com, I think there is I want to say there's like a menu tab or something in the sidebar for 4-day knit-along, and it should pop up all of them. So I'm going to list them off for you. You ready? Let's see if I can remember my babies. Actually, as we get later on, I kind of forget which order they're in. So Stillwater was the very beginning. Jessica's on it. If you see a comment from Electric Shaver or Jessica Shaver, that is Jessica on my team, and she is popping in helpful things. So Janice, this is your first top-down cardigan? Oh my gosh. Well, hooray. I'm so glad you're knitting this. You're going to love it. Kay's first cardigan. Oh my gosh, so many firsts. I love it. Oh, you're excited to learn tons about sweater knitting. Your previous attempts have been frustrating. It's your first knit-along. Who is saying this? Oh, I can't see who said it. Oh, it's Sally. Hi, Sally. Because you have not another hat for support. I love it. It's a fun sweater. It's a really fun sweater. It's pretty chill. The color parts that look like color work, it's just slip stitches and stripes, which you can totally do. Totally do it. You measured a ready-to-wear cardigan and you chose your size that way. Hillary, fantastic. I wrote a whole blog post, which I linked everywhere, on how to choose the size for your cardigan. So if you are still not sure and you didn't read that blog post, you go hop over there and take a couple minutes, because a lot of good information in there. And one of them is to measure a ready-to-wear sweater. If you're you're concerned about gauge, you're using coastal, the yarn is thin. The ribbing is still kind of loose. Yes, Catherine, go down to a 3 on your ribbing. It's honestly, when it comes to the ribbing, and I'm so glad you mentioned that, because I have seen some questions about, like, I want my neckline a little bit higher, or, I don't really want, I don't want it to be so open. You have tons of control. You can knit that ribbing as small as you want. So knit it tighter. You can knit it a little bit longer and it'll bring it up a little bit. So yes, absolutely go down a needle size if you're concerned about your neckline. You want it to bring it in, or if it's feeling loose. Deborah, I'm so sorry you broke your ankle, but I'm so glad you get to knit with us. Brenda asked, can you really knit this in 4 days? Yes, you can, if you're knitting a small size. So if you did not hear the origin of the 4-day knit-along, I'm going to give you the quick one. I know my knit campers are like, I've heard this so many times, and I'm so sorry, but I'm just going to tell you one more time, because not everybody has heard it. So when this started 7 years ago, I was trying to find time to knit a sample. I had one of my very early patterns was called Be Water, and it was named after a Bruce Lee quote that said, water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. And I was like, that's so inspiring, and I want to keep that in mind. So I named the sweater Be Water. But it was one of my early designs, and as I got to kind of develop my design skills and got to really see my sweaters on real people, because that's really how I've developed as a designer, is working with real bodies to adjust until I get the kind of fit that I feel like is good for real people. I mean, it's never gonna be like perfect for every single body, because we're all different. We all have different special things about us that are different, but to really try and make patterns that were good for most people or were easy to adapt. So Be Water is no longer available, because what I did was I deactivated that pattern and then I rewrote it with some, kind of modifications that I thought were really valuable to the design, but it still had the same look. It's just I kind of modified it a little bit, and then re-released it as a pattern called Still Water. but I couldn't release it yet because I needed to knit the new sample, and I was coming up on 4th of July weekend, and I had 4 days where I didn't have anything going on. Like, we didn't have company coming, I wasn't going anywhere, I didn't have any meetings or appointments or anything. And I thought, you know, I wonder if I could just, like, if I buckled down, could I like just see if I could knit this over the weekend? Like, I didn't know if I could, but I just thought, how about I try? How about I try it? How about I see what I can do? Pam, I think it's Pam. You start out reading the DK pattern, but you're using worsted yarn. It's the same pattern, so you just adjust your needle size. So you're fine. Yeah, you're all good. The slip stitch part is a little bit different. Yes, Dale, thank you. Coastal Grandma, you know, the Coastal Grandma version might take a little longer because the ribbing is a little taller, but also you're only using 2 colors, so it's kind of a toss-up. Anyway, so I sat down to knit that sweater in 4 days, and what I did was I just posted on social media that I was going to try it because I just thought, let me see what happens. Like, let me just put this out there and see, like, if I tell everybody that I'm going to do it, then I'm going to have to do it, or it's going to be embarrassing. And so it was kind of motivating. And to be fair, I was knitting like the size 36 bust one. So it was pretty small. It was like in that small to medium category. And don't go up a needle size for the contrast color. Nope, same needle. You don't have to go up a size. Oh, happy Canada Day to the Canadians. Yes. Anyway, so I told everybody, I shared my progress. I was like, ooh, I'm at the end of day 1 and I reached the sleeve divide, and like, oh my gosh, day 2, I finished the body. And actually, I think that first time, I don't think I like set goals for the days. I was like, end of day 1, I want to be at the sleeve divide. End of day 2, I want to finish the lower body. And I got to the end of day 2, and I did not make it to the finish. I still had the ribbing on the lower body, and I was like, oh, well, there's no way I'm going to make this then. But I was really close. But I was like, all right, I just shared it. I was like, I thought I'd get the bottom finished. I didn't, but that's okay. Here's how far I got. The next day, I started knitting the lower ribbing, started on a sleeve, and I was like, wait, I can knit 1 sleeve in a day, which is crazy to me because I typically feel like sleeves take a year. Anyone else? They take so long. Rose, yes, you can knit that neckline shorter. Absolutely. So anyway, I just, I went for it, and at the end of day 4, I actually finished. I didn't even stay on my own schedule, but I did finish, and I couldn't believe it. And at the end of day 4, I hung that sweater, strings hanging down and all. I hung it on a hanger, and I panned by with my phone. I recorded a video, and I played the Rocky theme song. And I was like, I did it. I did it. I did it. I couldn't believe it. And after I posted that, I got, you know, people were so excited about it. And somebody specifically, I wish I knew who, someone said, you should make a 4-day knit-along. And I was like, what? Is somebody going to want to do that? That's bananas. Nobody wants that. But you know what? They did. So the first 4-day knit-along was Stillwater, which was still the bee water pattern. Get it? But it was a new and improved version. So if you haven't seen Stillwater, yep, Lucy, you absolutely can add stitches if you need to. You sure can. Yep, you sure can. That's one of the perks of top-down seamless sweaters, is that they're pretty easy to modify, which is pretty cool. So, and I mean, one of the perks is being able to, make things the way they work for you. The playlist is for anybody, so it's in the pattern. So if you check the new files that you got today, there's one that says participation details. In that, there are links to the playlist. I think it's on page 1, kind of lower right. It's kind of hidden in there, but it's there. And then I think Jessica also linked them on my website, but I can't remember where. But yes, and so you can listen to that playlist in 2 different locations, and the links are in there for everybody, not just Knit Camp. So thank you. Jessica is posting as me on Facebook right now, and she posted the Stillwater link. If you're sharing on Instagram, hashtag 4day KAL and the number 4. And so that's the main one because I've been doing this is our 6th year. And you can also hashtag Sailaway KAL, KAL. And so for the larger sizes, here's the thing. In the beginning, I was creating little timelines for people based on their size, but it's really not about that. It's just about knitting a sweater faster than you thought you could. So yes, Kathy, it's available on Amazon, the soundtrack. And so, yeah, oh, sleeves are a headache sometimes, but you can do it. And honestly, one of the perks of doing this Knitalong is just realizing that you can get through things like sleeves faster than you thought. You really can. You really can. And sometimes it's just a matter of focus and, kind of, working that energy that comes with knitting with community. That's really good stuff. And so I don't have it handy. I think it's packed away. I should have brought it out. That's pretty good. Someone's asking to see Stillwater, but the link is in there if you want to see it. But I did knit that thing in 4 days. And then after that, for the first several years, I knit all the samples in 4 days initially. As my size has gotten bigger, I sometimes knit a little, it takes a little bit longer, but I can finish you can knit almost any size in a week to 10 days. I know Nancy, who is one of our, kind of star knit campers, has always knit through really, really quickly. And she's kind of amazing that way. So there's always a range and it's up to you, but you can knit every sweater in 4 days if you're knitting a small size. So I'm very intentional about the details that I put in. So I would never put actual like stranded color work in the 4-day Knitalong sweater. I would also never add I would never do it in fingering weight because that's just not realistic, right? So I like to provide lots of time savers. And so one of the things that's a time saver is that you knit the neckline right into the sweater and you don't have to pick it up. So that's a little time saver. The fact that it slip stitches and not color work. And, so there's lots of good little tricks that I build into the pattern to make it really efficient to knit. So I promise I would not set you up to fail, but you don't have to knit it in 4 days. I just want you to get to the finish line and I want you to be able to knit it faster than you thought you could. So I used to think knitting sweaters would take like a year. And actually my sweaters used to take me a year. They really did. They did not go very quickly, but I've gotten quicker. And now that I know that I can knit a whole sweater in less than a week, if I really put my mind to it, that's pretty cool. And I have knit a small size fingering weight cardigan. It's called Southwell on my website. It's one of my older ones. It's yellow, of course. And that one is fingering weight, but I knit that in 2 weeks. And I wasn't even racing, but I wasn't like doing a Knitalong, but I was just trying to see how quickly I could get it done. So yeah, it's just up to you. But also, if you take a month or 4 months, that's totally okay. Like we're going to keep cheering for you. So it doesn't matter how long it takes you. We're just going to keep cheering till you get to that finish line. So yeah, hooray for that, right? Okay, so let me see. They are in Kim, they're in the pattern, in the files, you have 3 files. So you have 2 pattern files and you have 1 extra file. That extra file says, I think 4-day KAL details or participation details. It's in that one. It's the one that has like the dates for the calendar. I was worried because when I saw the file, I was like, ooh, that might be hard for people to notice because it's kind of tucked in there. But it's not in the patterns, it's in the other file with the patterns. And if you just look on the page, bottom right of the first page of that is where the playlists are. So, ooh, Susan, your collar is already done. I love it. Okay, so let me real quick, I'm gonna see if I can list my other 4-day Knitalong. So the first one was Stillwater. The second one was Beekeeper. And I will say, I did not expect to ever do another 4-day Knitalong after that first one, but I was under a book deadline and I thought, I was like, I'm just gonna throw together another 4-day Knitalong just to, sort of help, just help give everyone something to do while I'm working on my book. And I did not realize how big of a energy we would have around that and how many knitters we'd have participating. So it just really took off. So Beekeeper was the second year, and that kind of put the Knitalong on the map. And then all of a sudden, everybody was doing the Knitalong. And then the third year was Foxtrot. The fourth year, Soundtrack. Fifth year, Fireworks. And this is the sixth year with Sailaway. All right, I did it. I remembered. Tracy said I had to choose between cast on and a hair appointment. I will cast on as soon as my hair is cut, but at least I have low maintenance for the next 4 days. Yes, very, very good. Very, very good. All right, so you lost the video, Cynthia. Oh dear. All right, one more thing that I need to do before I let you go and you are on your way to knitting. Hopefully you're knitting while we chat. You got to run or nothing gets done. I hear it. So I'm going to tell you, we have prizes. So there are going to be prizes today and then next Monday and every Monday throughout the month of July. So I see a question from Debbie about what's the difference between the two patterns. Have a look-see. And some of the other gals can kind of talk you through that, or folks, not only gals, can talk you through that. But if you look at the front two pictures, you'll be able to see what some of those differences are. But some of our experienced knitters in the group who've already knit them will be able to give you more information. So, all right. So let me really quick tell you about the prizes. So we choose prize winners from comments. So I'm going to tell you this week we have 5 prizes. The first one, and just for the record, in years past we did a lot of like yarn and bags and things like that. This year we're doing it differently just to make it so much easier, so we don't have to worry about whether somebody's prize got shipped or connecting people. We have gift cards every week, lots of good stuff. So your comments are where those prizes are going to get drawn. So our 5 prize donors this week, and I hope you'll check out these folks because they are participating in the Knitalong and they've been wonderful. The first one is 3 Kittens Needle Arts. They donated a $50 gift card to their shop. They are known for international yarns and a knowledgeable staff and just really unique offerings. So thank you so much to 3 Kittens Needle Arts, and we'll make sure to post all these links so everybody can find these great resources. A Needle Runs Through It. My friend Maria at A Needle Runs Through It is giving away a $25 gift card. She has fun and practical notions, like little stitch markers and fun pouches and all kinds of fun things. So thank you so much from A Needle Runs Through It. Amazing Threads has donated a $25 gift card. They are known for their inspiration, their creative ideas, and their selection. Thank you, Amazing Threads. Kathy, you're here. Shar says, I live close to 3 Kittens. I love it. Bella Rica is one of my knit campers and makes really fun bags. Bella Rica has donated a $20 gift card. She is known for her project bags and knitting totes, and she is including a free sailboat stitch marker in all orders for a limited time while supplies last. Thank you, Bella Rica. Blue Heron Knittery has donated a $35 gift card. They are known for fun, Nordic, colorful knits. Chris says it isn't snowing in Michigan. Oh, that's good. That's very good. Not snowing in Michigan today, but some of you are probably knitting in some hot weather, right? You might be wishing it was snowing. Our last prize for this live stream is from Cabled Fiber and Yarn LLC. They are giving away a $25 gift card. They are on the Olympic Peninsula. They are a destination yarn shop. And I haven't been there, but it sounds like a place I might need to go visit. Sounds like a pretty, I love destination yarn shops. They're so fun. All right, everybody. So your comments will help us choose winners. We'll make sure and post links to our prize sponsors and also post tag the winners. So kind of keep your eye out for that. And hopefully you find some new favorites. We would love for you to support and visit the shops who are donating prizes. We're super excited to have them on board and have their support. So Jenny, welcome to your second knit-along. I love it. So glad that you're here. I love seeing, I did say Nordic knitting. Someone asked, it was from Blue Heron Knittery. They are the Nordic knitting. Fun, Nordic, and colorful. All right, everybody. So do you know where your patterns are? Do you know where the playlist is? Do you know how to get help if you get stuck. Yes, you do. You do. We have so much support, but I will warn you, my team is out of the office for this weekend. So, but I did not leave you hanging. There's so much help and support in the pattern, links to tutorials. We have an FAQ with commonly asked questions about the Knitalong. We have so many fun people in the student lounge and in knit camp who have knit it and can support you and help you along the way. So have a great time and have fun knitting. And if you've got to get your crock pot going or whatever to make it easy on yourself, I say this is your permission slip to do no chores, no laundry, no dishes, just crock pot, or, you know, order pizza. That's the doctor's orders, and I'm not a doctor, so anyway, have so much fun. I can't wait to see your progress. Please share your progress in the community. We are really excited to cheer you on, and I will see you back here Monday. I will have another video. It's pre-recorded, so you might see this shirt again. I'm sorry, but I'll be giving away 5 more prizes in that video, so I will just be popping in to encourage you and give you a little boost, and then we'll be live streaming every week thereafter for the rest of the month. So, all right, everybody, have the best time, and I will see you back here really soon. And let me see if I can figure out how to end 2 live streams at the same time. Wish me luck.